Hello all, welcome back to my channel. So in this video we will see about most important topic in durability of concrete, that is creep. Please do watch my video in concrete technology playlist about shrinkage of concrete. So moving on with creep, what actually creep defines. So creep is actually a type of failure in concrete, that is in hardened concrete, which happens at a longer run. And basically creep is defined as the time dependent deformation of concrete, and that happens under permanent load, that is the self weight of the concrete, and it can also happen due to external forces and also due to some permanent displacement. And when concrete is subjected to compressive loading, we know that it deforms immediately, and this instantaneous deformation is called as instantaneous strain. But if this load is maintained continuously for a considerable period of time, for a longer duration of time, the deformation would be permanent and which cannot be recoverable, and this time dependent strain is called as creep. And these are the pictures where you can see about creep. So here you can see concrete creeping, here also you can see near the wall, and here you can see the concrete creeping, and also here also you can see the concrete creeping. And let's see what are the factors affecting the heat. So we have the following factors, like we have concrete mix proportion, aggregate properties, age at loading, curing conditions, cement properties, temperature and stress level. Let's move on with the first factor, which is concrete mix proportion. One has to remember that the creep depends upon the type of the concrete and also the uh, you know uh, how well the concrete is hydrated, like how well the hydration process finished in the concrete. It means to say that the quality of the concrete. One has to remember that a good paste makes a good microstructure and good concrete. A poorer paste will result in lower hydration, which results in lower strength, which means that a poorer paste uh, may had concrete will generally undergo higher creep, higher deformation. And one has also to need to remember that as the water cement ratio in concrete increases, creep increases. If you remember, we have discussed about a factor called water cement ratio, which is affecting the strength of the concrete. Please watch that video also in the concrete technology playlist. So as the water cement ratio increases, creep increases. So one has to remember that what all factors are influencing the water cement ratio, the same factors would influence creep also. So we know that as water cement ratio increases, strength decreases. Similarly, as the water cement ratio increases, creep will also increase. So creep and strength of the concrete are inversely proportional to each other. And moving on to the second factor, which is aggregate properties. So coming to the aggregate properties, one has to understand that the creeping nature of concrete will be dependent on the aggregate also. So if the aggregates are good and strong, the creeping would be less. But how to know whether the aggregate is strong and good? So one has to remember that the aggregates with higher modulus of elasticity generally have higher restraining effect, and hence the creep would be less. So for example, if you take lightweight aggregates like pumice and all, they are expected to have lesser weight when compared to normal aggregates what we use the crushed stone, and hence the modulus of elasticity of that lightweight aggregates is less, and hence when you use such aggregates in concrete, the creeping of concrete would be higher when compared to normal concrete. And coming to the next factor, which is age at loading. So the creeping effect of concrete also depends upon the age of the concrete. For example, if the a concrete member is at a younger age, means if the concrete member is of less age, it has been just, let's say for example, a 1 week age of concrete, then the hydration would have not been finished, because up to 7 days only C3S hydrates. So at that time when you try to place any load, if you try to do loading on the concrete structure, the creeping would be less. And similarly, if you have a concrete with a larger age, that is, if the concrete has finished its 28 days, or if the concrete has finished 1 month, 2 months, the hydration would have full-fledgedly finished, and when you load the structure, the concrete member, the creeping would be less. So one has to understand that younger gel will uh, creep more. Okay. And this is also interdependent on the moisture content of the concrete. And also finally one can say that uh, the age of concrete also is dependent upon the uh, creeping. So good is the quality of the gel, less would be the creeping. And when you get a good quality gel is that is the CSH gel is that with the full-fledged hydration completion. This full-fledged hydration completion occurs 99% by 28 days. So one has to understand that the loading can be done after 28 days age of concrete. Moving on to curing condition, one has to remember that more is the curing, lesser will be the creep, because more is the amount of curing, more would be less would be the presence of the micropores, more would be the process of hydration, and more would be the development of the ITZ, more would be the development of microstructure, and hence we can clearly state that the amount of creeping by the concrete will be less. And next comes the cement properties. Even the type of cement is also affecting the creeping action of the concrete. If the fineness of the cement is also one important factor, because more is the fineness of the cement, that is finer the cement, obviously higher would be the surface area of the cement, which would give the higher strength. But at the same time, if you are adding uh, gypsum into more amount into the cement, then it would exhibit a very high creep, because due to the process of retardation of the setting, it would influence or contribute towards a higher creep. So see that when you are adding gypsum, it is also already we know that we add only 2 to 5% of gypsum. But if you are adding any mineral admixture as such, when you are having gypsum, try to control the amount of gypsum, because higher is the content of gypsum, retardation effect would be very high, which will exhibit higher creep. And followed by the next factor is temperature. So temperature of the concrete has two effects. We can look at the factor of temperature in two ways. One thing is that during the process of curing, before you load the concrete member, sometimes if the concrete member is subjected to a greater temperature than the normal temperature, then the creep would be less. And on the other hand, sometimes higher temperature when you're loading the concrete member can cause creep. So creeping with respect to temperature factor can be looked into two ways. So before, if the temperature is high before loading, then it would cause less creep. But if the temperature is high during loading, it would cause more creep. And next comes the stress level. Stress is nothing but the load applied. So obviously there will be a direct relationship between the stress level and the creep, because already we have seen the definition of creep as the time dependent deformation. So more is the amount of the loading, more would be the creeping. So one has to remember that higher the stress level, that is higher the loading level, higher will be the creep. And lower is the stress level, lower is the amount of loading, even the time is more also, when the intensity of loading is less, the creeping would be less. So if this is about the factors, now if we look at the relationship between creeping and time, one has to remember that once the concrete structure is loaded, the basically the concrete structure undergoes both elastic and inelastic deformation. And these elastic deformations occur immediately after the concrete is subjected to a given load or a given stress, as specified by Hooke's law. And that means once you remove the load, the concrete being elastic up to some extent, obeying Hooke's law, can come back or regain its original position. But as the loading is increased, or as the time duration is increased, the elastic deformation may be converted into inelastic deformation because of the presence of sustained load. And this inelastic deformation only we are calling it as creep. Okay. And one has to remember that the intensity of creeping, the inelastic deformation increases at a decreasing rate. Means, for example, if you take the first month of sustained loading, approximately one fourth to one third of the ultimate creep takes place. Let's say X is the ultimate creeping of the concrete, means the highest creeping the concrete can undergo. Then, in the first month of loading itself, 1 by 4 to 1 by 3 of X takes place. And as the time proceeds, means if you go around 3 to 4 months, if you go around 6 months, that is the first half year, around one half, 1 by 2 to 1 by 3, or sometimes 1 by 4 of the ultimate creep takes place. Means if you see that initially the rate of increase of creep is high, but as the time increases, the rate of increase of creep is decreasing. That's the meaning of increasing at a decreasing rate. And this amount of creep is basically dependent on three factors, like the magnitude of the load, what kind of load you are placing, and at which age of the concrete you are placing the load, and what is the grade of the concrete, that is what is the strength when you are applying it, and also how much time duration the concrete is being stressed with kind of the load. And this is the graph we generally show for relationship between creep and time. And if you see here, we have something called primary creep range, secondary creep range, and tertiary creep range. We will see what are they. So this comes under the concept called as nature of creep. So creep, as I've just told, creep deformation is in three stages: primary, secondary, and tertiary. So in the primary stage, concrete creeping is very rapid, as I've just now told, and later it decreases even though the time is increasing. In the secondary stage, the creeping is generally constant, and when you move on to the tertiary stage, the creeping starts at an increasing rate, and until the structure fails, the creeping happens. So this is all about creep and factors influencing creep and relation between creep and time. Hope you all understood the video. Thanks for watching.